The Mona Lisa, The Last Supper, Starry Night, The Scream, Ori and the Blind Forest. Most people who see this list would first ask themselves, what painting is Ori and the Blind Forest? And upon learning it's a video game would probably call blasphemy. They obviously haven't played the beautiful platformer from Moon Studio. Art is meant to take you through the full gamut of emotions. Ori manages to do just that. Tears, joy, and anger all await you in the Blind Forest. You play as Ori, a small creature whose mission is to save the region of Nebo from darkness. You might not really care to save this land by just listening to the narration or your trusty companion Sane. It's the two other characters introduced to you early on that will. You're not even sure what their stories are, but you do know you need to help them. To give life back to Nebo, you are tasked with bringing three elements back: water, wind, and warmth. To accomplish such a quest, you will jump and shoot your way through many different parts of the world where each element is kept away. Of course, things can't be that simple. A gigantic bird known as Kuro will try everything to hunt you down and sometimes make your life a living hell. Honestly, there isn't much to the story. It's really what you make of it that will keep you going, whether you want to see the light come back to Nebo, see the others safe, or just simply want to see that damn bird go down. You most likely will not be disappointed in the end. Yes, it's a platformer. Yes, it takes place on one huge map. And hey, you can also get upgrades hidden throughout the world. And no, I will not use the word Metroidvania. Now that it's out the way and you know what to expect from the gameplay, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Throughout the game, you will little by little uncover the immense map. As you go along, some areas won't be accessible right away, but as you progress, you will unlock new abilities to help you reach that extra health orb or the hidden energy cell. Speaking of them, the game's core abilities are unlocked linearly by finding spirit trees along the way, but are then upgraded by getting experience through combat or by finding the orbs scattered on the map. Be aware, the game will rarely save for you. You'll have to create soul links using your energy cells. It may seem unfair to have to use your in-game mana in order to save, but I rarely found myself out of energy throughout the 8 hours or so it took me to complete the story. When I think of these kinds of games, I usually get worried about all the backtracking I'll have to do. But do not worry, the levels are designed in such a way that, unless you do decide to find every nook and cranny in the game, you won't ever feel like you're going through the same areas over and over. Of course, a game such as Ori and the Blind Forest would be nothing without solid platforming, and there the game delivers. Sadly, every mechanic in the game is executed so flawlessly, I could never blame the game for my deaths. My many deaths. 700 to be precise. I can't lie, the game is difficult, but it ramps up so seamlessly that it never feels cheap. You might expect boss fights from such a game, but not here. It trades those for extremely hard platforming sequences that will boost the game's integrated death count way up. I will admit I did get frustrated a few times, but the satisfaction you get when completing them is like no other. You may die 50 times in a row, but soon you'll find yourself watching an astonishingly beautiful painting coming to life, and all is forgotten. Oh, did I say it was beautiful already? Well, that would be accurate to say the least. Every piece of this wonderful world you'll be platforming through is said to be individually drawn, meaning you will never see the same tree, waterfall, or lava pit twice. You won't necessarily notice it because, trust me, you'll have a lot more to worry about, but nonetheless, it's what makes this whole experience unique. I actually started looking at gameplay footage of the game when writing this review to find something to say about the visuals. Oh yeah, right, the review. Honestly, words can't describe the presentation. It's incredible, and you should experience it for yourself. If you enjoy a challenge, play this game. And if you don't, play this game. There is something special about Ori and the Blind Forest. It's hard to pinpoint what it is exactly. The art style and the game mechanics have been done before, but it all comes together so incredibly well that the game can't be knocked for it. The narrative itself is somewhat forgettable, but just like a painting, it manages to tell a great story without the need for much dialogue. Don't be timid, enter the Blind Forest. You won't be disappointed.